All right. Welcome to the Extreme Gaming Podcast, episode 246. Hope you like some of the new stuff that you've been seeing. It's kind of neat. We're trying to, as we had mentioned before, trying to up our quality level. We're going through Riverside, and there's been a learning curve to it somewhat, but we're dealing with it, and I think it looks a lot better, guys. I think you do too. Anyway, let me introduce the guys so you know who we're talking about. I'm GreyGamer25, and
also joining you is Trickway Trev. Hello, how are we doing? And I've updated my status as well.
Nice, good.
I know I haven't done that
yet. I got rid of my Klingon Empire thing there. I'm Matt, also known as Irish Guardian on Twitch. Hello, and I do like this a lot better. It does look good.
It looks so much nicer, and it's so much easier
cleaner
to use and so forth, despite little things that we're still learning, and they're also updating all the time, putting in new features and stuff. But despite all that, it's nice.
Hi, Lord. Yeah, this is new. This is this chat that's built in.
I got to click on that.
Which we all need to keep an eye on.
Oh, is there a chat built in as well?
There is. There's chat for us, and there's a chat for everyone else. So it's confusing.
Holy jeepers, Batman! Oh, there is as well.
I'm trying to look at my live stream chat. I think, is it? Oh, there we go. Okay, now I brought up the whole thing. There you go. I can see it now. Cool, Lord. How you doing? All right. Anyway, to kind of get into it, we'll just take care of the paperwork as Trev has, said, and we all repeat. We want you to join our Discord, discord.gg/Extreme Gaming Podcast. That's all one word. That's discord.gg/Extreme Gaming Podcast. Join up on our Discord, because on the Discord you can see all of us, hear all of us, read the text, and we're always posting information about gaming, computer tech, Star Trek, entertainment, and whatever the heck else we come up with. We also do some live broadcasting of games on Twitch, etc. On Wednesdays. We try to get on as much as we can on Wednesdays. So you join us on that stream. It's usually Wednesdays at 7 p.m. British Standard Time. See, I did that even though I'm in the U.S.
Or GMT in about a month's time.
Or GMT, yeah. Or if you're on the eastern coast in Florida like I am, it would be 2 p.m. Oh, yeah, 2 p.m. And by the way, if you want to submit any questions to us to answer, they can be any question if you want. We'll try to field it. Then just go ahead and submit them to us either via the Discord, or you can just look us up and do the email thing, whatever you want to do, or text us, whatever the case may be, or even live right now. You can even ask a question, of course. All right, we got that all out of the way for the time being. We're going to get it right into the stuff. We have a lot of different types of news to do. Trev is up first, and he's got some hardware and tech news for us again, and we're all going to listen to and comment on. So take it away, Trev.
Oh, yeah, I've got some hardware. And the first thing, that was a really bad joke, wasn't it? We'll have to cut that out and edit now. Some interesting things. I like hardware, tech news, new consoles, new revisions that are coming out. And I'm saving the kind of the best to the last. We were talking about this probably over the last couple of podcasts about the upscaling tech that different companies use, AMD, Intel, Nvidia, and those lossless scaling guys, whatever they're called, Greg, they use. I still need to buy that.
Call them LS for short.
Yeah.
Is that not something else? I think that's something else pretty brutal, actually.
Only if you put a D in there.
That was really good.
Oh, yeah, okay, we'll do that.
That was a good one, Matt. That was a good one. I like that.
The problem is, I have no clue how many people are actually watching this, because...
Well, I'll find out. Go ahead. I'll look it up.
Anyway, so AMD are doing their the latest version of FSR, which we've heard about before. It's free to use. You don't necessarily need an Nvidia card. They're closer to the lossless scaling guys, actually, in that respect. They're going the full AI routes, and that's going to be their FSR 4. And it's just basically following Nvidia with their DLSS and Intel with their XESS. And as we joked last time, probably PlayStation with Pisser Remember that little joke from
I love
it.
SSR.
I've carried that with me, even to work.
I'm taking no credit for that one. Digital Foundry will take credit for that one. They nicknamed it Pisser. And
By the way, just
basically,
to interrupt a second, the name of the company is only 3 letters long. THS, that does lossless scaling.
THS.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay, THS it is then. I need to buy it. Remind me someone later.
Okay.
So I think this is always a good thing. Competition is always a good thing. And the fact that these guys are bringing out something that's free of charge, which will make things look even better still. I bet you though, and while I'm appreciative that this is on the market, because you get the odd game that still doesn't have DLSS in it in 2024, it's a bit of a joke. I wonder why actually. Like, I wonder if that's they need to pay Nvidia a royalty or something, like, or it's really complicated to put in. This stuff's got to be in there day one. But it's basically free to use and will basically get closer to DLSS and Intel's service, but it will not be as good. I guarantee it'll be closer. This is just my prediction. It's not been tested out yet. It'll get closer, but it won't be quite as good. And it also depends what game you play. That's why I love the Digital Foundry guys. They're proper geeks. They slow things right down and they freeze frame it. And then you can see in fast action games, you don't notice it as much. Just in like the slow paced games that you'll actually notice it if you've got a keen eye. So I don't know if they've said probably before the end of the year. I'm trying to see. No, I can't see a date. So, hey, it's a good thing. I love stuff like that. I'm a bit of a geek for things like that.
There's only one big deal with FSR, and that's the fact that anybody can use it on any card, be it AMD or NVIDIA. That's a major plus for people that want something to cover all the bases. Even if it's not quite as good as DLSS, I mean, that's if NVIDIA ever did that, I would choke because I don't think they ever. I don't know if they ever would.
And why should they?
Well, to be honest with you, since FSR has already done it for such a long time, now it wouldn't be a bad thing for NVIDIA to follow suit. I would. I mean, I can understand why they didn't want to be first with it. I get it. That's the way NVIDIA is. But FSR now has been at least a good year or more that you can use it on any card. So I wouldn't be surprised if one day you'll see NVIDIA say the same thing. You know,
and I should take the step. Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's true. So yeah, we'll take that. It's a nice freebie. The other, I'll start off with the least interesting news and kind of work our way up to the more juicier stuff.
Okay.
Sony, we know they're coming out with the PS5 Pro and pre-order. One thing actually just came to mind right away. The pre-orders for that are the 26th of September, only via PlayStation Direct, their store direct, right? And not every country has it. Thankfully, our two biggest audience, the UK and the US, you can go to PlayStation Direct store and actually order it. So I will be trying all the tricks to try and get that ordered on the 26th. If I fail, I think October the 10th or something, third-party retailers can get in the action. So I'll be trying to get that because, you know, I'm a tech enthusiast. PC's first always, but I do miss not being able to use my PlayStation Game Pass. And there's rumours that, I better check actually, am I going to steal this thunder from Gray?
What?
Did you mention anything about the first Horizon game getting a remaster? No, you did not.
I did not. If I did, it was a long time ago. Now it's fine.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's quite a while ago, that was.
No, but it's the first game. It's just been rumoured recently, for the last few weeks, actually. The first game is getting a remaster, not like a PC version or a patch, like an actual proper upscaled remaster version for PS5 Pro.
Oh, okay. Just for console itself.
Are they mastering for PC as well?
Well, PC, you always get the latest, shiniest version anyway, mate, so we don't really count the PC version, you know. Who have we got? Dead Sky? Hello, man. It's been a while.
Hello.
I hope you're good, my friend.
How you doing, Dead Sky?
Yeah, we're doing good, my man. Do you like the new setup? It's all shiny. It's a new coat of paint. We made Gray get the paintbrush out. He's painting all night, designing all night. Matt had the whip, and I was just yelling at him all night. Get to work, man. And he's done a good job. Gray's responding. And Jansen. Give them both credit.
Absolutely, yeah. Beyond that good whipping.
A lot of what you're seeing back there,
Jansen will get most of the credit, actually, let's be fair. Yeah. Anyway, completely distracted as we do. No Extreme looks better. Yeah, I think so. So, PlayStation 5 Pro coming out soon. I'll let you know how I got on with that. Have you ever wondered why the latest consoles, in fact, for the last couple of generations, have always been AMD that powers the silicon inside? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say that because there are chips in there.
But why? Why not Intel? Why not Nvidia? Why not
Contract deal?
Broadcom or whoever else? It's down to the pennies, of course.
Okay.
It was rumored, well, not rumored, in 2022, Intel were actually in the bidding along with, is it Broadcom, I think? A couple of companies for the PS6 contract, and they lost out for two reasons. They wanted more money for themselves per chip. Right, this is before all the shenanigans of oxidization and voltage failures and whatnot that happened recently. Bet you wish they'd taken a lower cut now. And also because they couldn't guarantee backwards compatibility. You can play something like 10,000 PlayStation games on the PS5 at the moment between 4 and 5 and 1 and 2. Not 3. PS3 is a bit of a thorn because of that cell chip they used, which was a disaster. So they lost out the bidding for that. AMD made more sense. They paid more money. And it also means on top of that backwards compatibility is secure because they made the silicon before. And as we know in a console, it's an SoC. It's a system on a chip. It's one like you have on a phone. It's not a separate card. It's all in one unit, to be fair. So, and that's for PS6 before two years before PS5 Pro comes out. They're already thinking that far ahead. And I'm a bit sad like that because I'm not really into the business side, boys, but I wonder how far they plan ahead for things like this. And it's obviously years in advance. They've probably got close to a final design for the PS6 in mind, I'd imagine. And it won't be out for probably 4 years.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, but they've got a revised mid-generation model out, so they don't need to. Whereas Xbox won't bother with their mid-gen recycle. What they'll do instead is they'll just go pass and the rumour to bring out in the end of 2026 their next-gen console, not their mid-gen. Like a beast of a machine that's going to use like the cloud and all that stuff together. So found that interesting. And then the last thing I've got on my docket, so to speak, more Switch 2 leaks and rumours. Someone came out with an actual news article saying the new Switch successor title has been leaked and revealed. And wait for it, boys. Guess what it is? You really look constipated there when you done that, Gray. You were like,
Thanks. Yeah, I'm sitting right here.
I was going to say something.
Jesus, that's
the leftover of that bottle.
I'm trying to adjust the old camera there. Go ahead. So what's the?
There's pills for that you can take, mate, to help a treat, man.
No, I don't need pills. That's for sure.
Just the rest of that bottle.
Oh, dearie me. Yeah. So wait for it. No, the title is just going to be Switch 2. Nothing fancy, nothing special. They literally... Nice. Now, am I right in saying, Gray, let's see if we can do this, right? I'm going to share my screen, and this is why you need to watch one of the live streams. If you're on our audio podcasting service, great, that's our bread and butter. But if you want to watch it and get the news and information sooner, and you can tune into the live show or the VOD later, you'll see the things. You'll see these beautiful boys' faces.
You'll see
and you'll
things.
see
I
this.
like how you said that.
I'm too gorgeous to be seen.
What did I say?
You said you'll see things, and I'm going like,
you'll see things. You will. Literally, you will see things. I think actually, I can actually go straight for a tab. Actually, there you go. And I won't share the audio.
Give it a shot. We're trying these new little tools here. Oh, look at that! There you go.
There you go. Right. Nice. So we're underneath where we belong.
Is that going on all the socials correctly? I hope so.
So far, so good. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just sharing that. So if anything appropriate appears on that screen, no one will see it because I'm just sharing that tab. So this is what it looks like. This is, and do you want to know something, boys? I like that. It's basically the Switch but on steroids. Why change something if it's not broken?
Is that screen bigger?
It is. Yeah, but they had to, man. Like
bigger and slimmer.
So we went from Switch being something like, was it like 6 or 7 inch? 6 something inch? And then the OLED model went to like 7 or 8 inch, something like that. This looks like it's an OLED. It looks like it's at least 8 inches, if not bigger. The Joy-Cons are, instead of sliding on the rails like they did before, and they could be a little shaky, they're magnetically attached. So it means first gen Joy-Cons won't be compatible in theory. And I think there we go. So there's actual some proper pictures now. So these are CAD pictures, for those that don't know. And there's some proper pictures of the outside of the shell of these things, but most of them are like CAD pictures. Is there not one underneath that shows... No, there was one that... Oh, there we go. It's in the back here. Oh, there we go. So it is a lot bigger than it was before. The battery's not as big as I wanted it to be.
How much bigger do you think it is for altogether? Or from what you know, Trev?
Compared to OLED, I reckon that's going to be about... I reckon it's going to be like a 15%, 20% bigger type scenario.
Really?
It's definitely going to be bigger than the OLED one. So it is... Thing, if it's bigger, you can fit in a bigger battery. And if you look at the Windows consoles at the moment, the Windows handheld consoles, gaming consoles, they... and they're not consoles, are they? The gaming machines, they are big. Like a Steam Deck is big, a ROG Ally is big. This is going to be the same kind of size, and it's going to have bigger battery. When it goes in the dock, the dock will have some built-in power, which is good. So yeah, I found this really interesting. The rumour to be announced in this very soon, because you do not get leaks like this, boys, unless it's in mass production, which it will be. I think they've confirmed that.
Yeah, they're showing all the parts and everything. So yeah, I guess.
There you go. There's the parts here. So
nice.
The interesting things from that. There we go. So the memory they use is 12 gig. I think that's up from like 6 or 8 gig in the last model, and that's the highest speed you can get on the DDR5X. I think 6X is the latest you get. Built-in storage 250 gig or 3.1, so that's one of the higher speeds. Built-in speed at the moment, or built-in capacity 64 at the moment, so it's a massive increase. Battery's bigger, and if you're really geeky, there's the chip, which there's no information on that.
It's still OLED, right? Or no?
Well, we don't know. Okay. Rumors were that it was not going to be OLED. But looking at that picture, I think it is going to be OLED purely due to
the size.
Yeah. Usually LCDs have bigger bezels, in my experience. So I reckon they'll have to announce this soon. Although it won't be out probably until the start of next year sometime. I would try and get it out before Christmas, man. I really would, but they're competing against the PS5 Pro, which is a problem.
We talked about this we talked about this last week, but they're supposed to make an announcement next month, from what I understand.
It could be the end of it. It could be this month before it's out. But it would make sense to do it for next month, and then they'll probably the rumor to have it out maybe March next year. 6 months, which is a big, long delay, but they want to make sure there's no scalpers, so they want to have basically millions of units ready to go. One person's quota is just one person, 1,000 consoles a day they've got to make. Jesus.
Really? Wow.
I thought it was one line. It's one person. The whip is well and truly out, isn't it? So
how long go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, I was going to say, does it have expandable storage?
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
good question.
Nice.
Yes, it does.
Let's say at the maximum, or
there's the slot there. Usually it doesn't say the maximum, but usually it's something like 2 terabytes.
Yeah,
something like that.
Okay.
I mean,
but
the built-in storage is 256. That's
That's all right. That's better than most. To be honest,
people say that's crap, but
it's double than other. Yeah.
Switch titles are a lot smaller. Even the new model will be smaller than the current gen consoles, so that is actually good.
Trev, you know more about this than I do, but when you're mentioning how large the programs are, what is like the largest program? I guess a Mario or program or something, or Link or
on Switch.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing stopping third-party companies bringing their games out on the console. And
what's
the
biggest size that
I've seen so far? About 40 gig.
Okay.
What you'll get with that, Gray, is the memory cards or the Switch cartridges that they put games on. They tend to not go above a certain size, because when they do, it costs the manufacturer or the publisher more money. So what they'll do, they're very sneaky. They'll get like an 8 or 16 gig card, put some of the game on it and then ask you to download the rest of the game when you go online, which is really sneaky.
Yeah, you get to see that a lot.
I'm kind of glad that when it's on the cartridge, at least it's faster speeds. Because if you've ever done transfer on a Switch from internal to the cartridge, it's slower than a week in jail. So this is faster. It's just faster around. The store on the Switch was slow as hell. The built-in networking was slow as hell. This is all being increased and improved. HDMI 2.1, that's really key, boys. Mm-hmm. The console won't natively support 4K, but with DLSS, bear in mind this is NVIDIA, the kings of it. They're taking that element from the current gen consoles and sticking it into their custom chip, which no one knows anything about. You Google this chip up here, no one knows nothing about it. So, yeah, more information on it as it comes along. I'll share it, of course. I'll probably put in a pre-order for that because it will be backwards compatible. So I will stop sharing there, and then it's on full glory. So that is me for now, boys, until the hardware news. Actually, until the game news. Even
I'm hearing a little echo. Does anybody have Discord on or? Oh no!
I can hear it.
I have.
I got it. Nope, we're good. We're good.
And I know, but both of us have earbuds. It's always you because you don't use your headphones.
No, that wasn't it. What it was is I had put on Twitch over here on my other monitor and forgot to mute the sound. That's why I was like, whoa.
Why don't you use the earphones anymore? Are you more comfortable like that?
I don't know. I'm kind of used to it like this, but whatever. I'll probably use it again.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm just looking at Twitch. Looks good. All right, anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Mr.
My turn,
Mr. Great. Yeah, you do some things.
Okay. Just a couple of quick things that were kind of interesting. I mean, you guys have probably heard of 2 Point Hospital, and I think, what was the one before that one, the first one?
1 Point Hospital?
Yeah.
Sorry.
And the teacher, wasn't it at school as well?
Yeah, I think it was 2 Point School or 2 Point College or something like that.
Yeah.
But if you're familiar with the series, it's pretty funny. It's actually a very humorous take on whatever subject matter they happen to be doing. When they did 2 Point Hospital, like just to give you a quick, for instance, a patient comes in and said that he's suffering from lightheadedness, so his whole head is one big bulb that's lit.
Yeah,
things like that and other stuff. And but there's things to do in the game, of course. So apparently they've revealed the fact that the next one is going to be 2 Point Museum. And the release date's not going to be till March 4th. I don't know if they're going to be doing an early access or anything like that. They don't usually. But this sounds pretty good. They said that the video game is going to be kind of like styled after the movie Night at the Museum. I don't know if any of you guys saw that. It's a great movie. It had Robin Williams in it, and all the characters like in the museum came to life and stuff, and it was pretty cool. Yes. So they're kind of basing it on that movie, and from what I understand. But I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with it because they have some really good humor going on. So that would be something to look forward to. Again, not till March, but that should be fun, I think. So looking forward to seeing that. Next thing I was going to talk about is and you guys chime in whenever you want, the Steam sale. And I know some people are going like,
it's got better though, Gray. It used to be shit, now it's a bit better.
It's getting there.
Sorry.
It used to be awful. Remember we said that?
It was for a long
CD
time.
keys and stuff, and it's got the last one was better because they had the extreme sale.
And that's kind of what I'm bringing it up because for the longest time, like you said, it wasn't that great because you were getting better free games at Epic and Xbox Game Pass, et cetera, et cetera. But the next sale is going to be the Halloween sale, and apparently the Halloween sale is going to commence October 28th to November 1st. So if you want to mark that on your calendar, you can. What kind of sales we're going to see, we don't know. They haven't really let on about what they're going to do. Last time we did have a couple of good little games here and there where the prices were excellent. And for the future, just so you know, if you want to plan on it, they're going to do a Steam Black Friday sale. This is expected to be November 21st through November 28th. And they're also going to do a Steam Winter sale December 21st through January 4th of 2025. And it was kind of funny. I was looking over all the sales that they've done in 2024, and even I didn't know how many of these things there are. There's like 9, 12. There's like they did like 18 or 19 sales either already done or planned for 2024, and they're in the last 3 now. And I'm going like, I don't even remember half of these things. I'm looking on here. I'm like, there's a Steam Deck Builders Fest. Did you guys know that was going on back in March?
No.
I didn't know it either. I mean, I heard of the Steam Summer Sale. I get that.
Yeah.
They had a Steam Sports Fest. Here's a good one: a Steam Remote Play Together Fest. I'll say that 10 times.
Didn't even hear that either.
I've just seen Gray's title under his name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So you know,
For those that don't know, it's the Italian stallion he's named himself.
you could see
Matt,
it.
it's your turn.
So anyway, if you're up on the Steam sales, look, any sale is worth checking out, especially with games being $60, $70 each. So yeah, you want to check some of these things and see what's going on. Do you guys ever check on the was it CD sales? Is that the CD keys?
Yeah,
they're a good company, but the only thing that I notice when I go back and forth there is they make a big deal about and the newest game and you can get it for and when you go on there's 10% off. And I'm going like, so I mean 10% off to me for a $60, $70 game is not enough to make me jump. But
they were already cheaper. Like CD keys are usually one of the cheapest in the market, so that's why I like them. And they give you reliable keys. I know some people frown upon it, and I respect that. But with games costing as much as they are, I kind of don't have a problem going down that route, to be honest with you. And that's why the Steam sale was crap for the longest time, because they couldn't compete with the CD keys. You're like, well, that's CD keys normal price. So when they put in a sale, they blow you out the water. And then Steam brought out the last sale they had was their extreme sale, where there was actually some good deals in that. So I always keep options open, boys, for all these key sites and stuff.
I've bought from CD keys before, and I've gotten no issues and no trouble, and their keys are solid. I just remember when they used to do 15, 20, even sometimes 25% off on newer games that were only out for like maybe a couple months at the most. But now it takes many months before they try to discount it more than 10%. You know, that's the only thing I would sometimes when like a lot of times when we see a game that's really expensive, but we hear mixed reviews about it, we kind of tend to wait for the sale. But the sales are starting to happen, instead of 2 months later, it's getting to be like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months later before you see anything that's reduced.
Reasonable.
Yeah, right, exactly. Which is a shame. But I did read an article. I don't know what company it was, but I just happened to read it on looking at my phone one time. And there's a company I believe the game is Marathon, if I remember right. And the company said that they're contemplating selling the game for retail $40. And I was like, really? So they're trying. It's going to be an experiment. They're trying to go for a brand new game at 40 to see if they can sell more units overall than they could at the 60. So I applaud them if that works. Maybe some games, except some of the hottest ones, maybe that could be a trend. And if it is, I'm all for it.
Yeah. Gray completely stole my news article. I knew I recognised that.
Good.
What news
First
article?
thing, game news, Trev. Bungie considering $40 price point for Marathon.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I'm sorry. Well, you can talk about it again when we get there.
Yeah, we will. We'll expand upon it when we get there, man. All good.
And the last thing I'll mention is everybody should know by now that God of War Ragnarok hits PC today. And I've been waiting for that to happen because I think I would like to pick it up because there's nothing like seeing one of my all-time favorite games in the glorious PC realm and what it can do to it. They did say though.
Dip?
Sorry.
Why do you double dip? Why do you double dip?
Only for certain games. That one I will because I'll go back and I'll play that game. Again.
Some people have to raise.
Right, and plus I didn't buy when I did play that on PS5 originally. I didn't buy the DLC, the Valhalla DLC, on purpose. But this game is coming with it. So now that it has it, I can go in and I can battle, all kinds of creatures and have fun with that and just get at.
That kind of makes it worthwhile.
Free of charge.
Oh, is it?
Sorry, boys. That DLC Valhalla is free.
Right, for the PC people. So that's that's great. So
I think it's free across the board.
Well, it wasn't when it originally came out, but maybe it is now.
Okay, I'll double check. I'm sure it was, man. It was a free. It was a free DLC. I'm sure it was.
You're talking Sony now. You sure? Like,
No,
Yeah.
they gave you it for free, man. I played it. In fact, I'm going to double down on that. They gave it for free, and it was only released on PlayStation because it was only out on PlayStation at the time, Ragnarok. But I'm wondering now, with this edition that's out at the moment, coming out on PC, if it's the full complete edition with Valhalla, because Valhalla was free. They won't charge on PC if they didn't charge on PlayStation, mate.
I have to check. I'm looking through the article I saw. I believe it was,
I'll do that.
and it was always going to be that way, from what I understood. They are, just to let you know about how much space is going to take. They're talking about 190 gigabytes, so it's on the large side. But there's reasons for that. I mean, you're talking about the graphics settings and a lot of things you can do. So it doesn't really surprise me. But for anybody that's looking at it, if anybody in our audience watching us now or listening later, if you've never played God of War Ragnarok and you like you like a good game, this game is like really good. This is one of the top 5 or 10 that was released back in 2018 or whatever it was, and I think you need to pick up on it. It's an excellent game. The story is excellent. The acting is excellent. If you like those kind of RPGs, you really get involved and you really get emotional when things happen in the game, which I won't say. But I really advise you picking up if it's money well spent as opposed to money spending it on stuff that you're not overly impressed with. You ever play that game, Matt?
No, but I'm kind of intrigued because that you said that there's quite an emotional rift within it. I'm actually now kind of eager to have a look at it and
Did
actually
you ever
get
play
it.
the first one?
No, I never had any interest in the first one at all. I've played some, but now,
If you like that kind of game, Matt, you should pick up the first one because it's probably cheap.
yeah,
And then of course this one later on. But you really you don't have to play them in order, but I think you might enjoy it better if you do.
yeah.
So yeah, get the first one because the first one's got to be inexpensive now.
I
It's
adore both of these games. I absolutely adore them, and that's why I like Sony games because
God of War.
they make
Dead Sky.
they make really good stories, and it's like I've said this before. It's like a movie almost, but not Hellblade style movie. But I really enjoyed it because everything Gray said, I will. They're some of my favorite games of all time, and I haven't played the old God of War games. Reason being, it's the mythology. I love Norse mythology. I absolutely adore it. It's. I have to be careful what I say because I don't want to offend anyone that's religious, but I'm not a religious person. I'm an atheist. But if I was going to be religious, it would be the Norse the mythology, Valhalla, and all that. That sounds way cooler than Christianity or anything else, man. It's just and these two games talk about that, and Loki and Thor and all the guys are in it, man. It's such a good story, good graphics, good gameplay.
I know it's not the
Definitely recommend
Avengers.
it.
They're not in it. No, just so you know.
Iron Man.
Close enough.
Yeah.
It's the Norse Avengers.
Yeah.
I mean,
That'd be
I
good.
think you're right. As far as Sony and RPGs go, they're generally speaking always solid stories. And if you can play a game like that where you actually are getting moved by the story, whether the part is happy or sad or whatever it might be, if it's moving you like that, where you actually care about these characters, then you know it's a good game.
Yeah, that's
Just
what
combine
draws me
all
in.
that with the great gameplay. I mean, the weapons and stuff that Kratos uses, and the fun part you have about knocking off all these enemies with all these. I couldn't even do all the moves because he's got so many of them. I just picked out my favorite ones and I did those. But I want to go back maybe now and pick on some of the moves that I didn't really get a chance to mess with and see how that goes. But it's just a really great game. If you're curious, the specs on this thing, just let you know. I don't even know if you want to mess with the minimum, but the minimum would be like 1080p 30 frames. But we don't play that. But if you go right to
Yeah. That's all it needs a little bit.
The high, though. I mean, the high and the ultra. The high is 1440p at 60 FPS average on high settings. They said that you have to have at least a 3070 or a RX 6800, Intel i7 7700K or a Ryzen 7 2700X, 16 RAM, of course, Windows and their storage. On the ultra side, which is more like Trev because he likes the 4K stuff. You can
4K or go home, you non-4K peasants.
Ultra 4K 60 frames average. On
There
ultra
goes your
settings,
consoles.
on all ultra settings. They say you should have a minimum of an RTX 4070 Ti or an RX 7900 XT. They recommend an i5 11600K or an AMD Ryzen 7 3700X. Funny thing is, they always keep on saying you only need 16 gigabytes of RAM. These days, man, we all got 32.
More.
But
at least,
which kind of RAM are we talking about? RAM or
saying,
VRAM?
They're not saying specific RAM. They're just saying you have to have
that'll be general
16,
RAM. It'll be system RAM.
Yeah.
16,
Otherwise, it would say
but
VRAM.
I'm not going to say no one. But a lot of people, because RAM had come down in price, all boosted up to 32. I have 32. I know you guys do. I mean, you really you don't really need anything over 32, but you know.
If you're a gamer or a content provider or whatever, you 32 minimum these days, because it uses more and more these days. So
it does.
They also recommend, and actually we've been hearing this so much, it's pretty normal now. They say play it on an SSD and not anything else. But these days, again, everybody's picked up SSDs, even if it's the smaller SSDs that are maybe not quite as fast as the Gen 4s or whatever. Or, geez, the Gen 5s are coming soon, I think. I was reading how fast they're going to be. It's like, I don't even know if there's any games that can take advantage of the speeds of some of the drives, coming out. But, who knows? Like maybe for future use, I suppose.
Someday will find a way.
Yeah,
always do.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to turn things to Matt now because we've been blabbing enough. Matt, you got a whole list of things here. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, cool. So, yeah.
Take it away.
All right, number one, the new Battlefield. No, I'm joking, Trev. I'm joking.
Where's the delete button?
Yeah. So everybody knows I've been playing Star Wars Outlaws. That's been deleted. I deleted it.
Did you actually make it all the way through?
I got to quite far. I think I've got to the last. Was it the third bit where you have to collect the code breaker?
Why didn't you finish it then, man? You may as well finish it under your sub and then go delete
You took one for the team, man, because you went way farther than...
Sorry.
Hey, Shell, you went way a lot farther than any of us would. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I stuck it out. I stuck my head out there, and I can't play with such crap anymore. It's just like, nah, done. So I deleted it. Like, nah, it's gone. So with that, I lost my place. I didn't know what else to do, what to play.
To Uni Special.
So I went to the big Uni style and went back to Call of Duty, which they've done quite a few updates on. They got new multiplayer maps called Ghost Ship, which myself and Zacko Boy, if he's here, I don't know if he's here, but in the chat that is, we were playing that for quite some time when I was on my lunch break at work. So it was very fast paced, one shot boom. It was hectic. It was crazy. Great fun. I think I was probably swearing about most of it, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know which bit of it became the ghost ship, because I didn't see no ghost ship, just some relics on the floor of this very small map that's got your canisters and crates in there that you have to jump around and jump in and all that stuff. It was fun. It was exciting. I also jumped back into Star Citizen because they've had quite a few updates. And I think we're on the 3.24.1.
They've been updating a lot with that.
They have. They're pushing it towards getting it to 3.1.0, 2.42, and 4.0.
Oh, wait, Matt, sorry. I thought 1.0 was full release, but they're still in alpha or beta, so I'm confused. How does that work?
So Star Citizen is still in its development stage. You lot will probably call it the alpha, whatever.
It's just highly developed.
It's highly developed. It's awesome. Yeah. So
highly shite.
It's bloody brilliant. You should come and join us. So it's very stable at the moment. We got our own hangars that you can do whatever with. So everything that you have with your pledge or whatever, the jukebox, drinks machine, and whatever you collected throughout the era of Star Citizen, you can place into this hangar that you can call your ship up on. And whatever you leave your ship there, it's there, wherever you are,
it doesn't disappear.
Your hometown. It doesn't disappear.
Yeah. Matt, you can share, you can share, well, there's a video of it that you put in the chat. It's too long, is it? I was going to say if it was like a little short thing. I see the picture, though, of the front of it, the hangar thing. You should
Yeah.
see this, Gray. It looks well cool, by the way. It looks like if they were to bring out a cruise ship in Star Trek, like a cruise ship that was in space.
I'd like to see
That's
that.
what it would look like. It looks phenomenal. It's like sleek and white and bits of blue in it. It's very Star Trek. I love it.
It is very nice.
Matt, put that in the Discord.
Yeah, it's under
Yeah.
Star Citizen chat.
Oh, right. Okay.
So
If I can get a
that
picture
talks
of
about
it.
the updates. Yeah, check a picture up on there. Go on.
Oh, okay, I see it. Cool.
Yeah, so you also got you can pledge a loader called, I've forgotten the name of the thing now. I've been distracted by this ship. I am. It doesn't take much, to be honest. The ATLS, which is a cargo mechanic suit, a bit like you have in Aliens, but not as good. Called the loader. It looks awesome. It's brilliant. So,
did you do that, Trav?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here.
I was just getting ready to do it myself, and that was,
Is this it?
that's the one. Yeah,
It
so
looks
that's
different from the other picture I saw, but it's very cool. It looks like a fighter or something.
By the way, if
Yeah.
anybody on the
that's a
out
different
there in
picture,
audio
yeah.
land, it's the RSI Zeus MK2, and we're just showing a picture of it from the
Ooh,
YouTube video.
shiny.
it
Those
is
look pretty
beautiful.
cool.
Yeah, so these world you can actually walk around. If those who don't know about it, I'm sure everybody knows about it. Yeah, that's right, Dead Sky. You got that. ATLS, thank
Just
you.
muted it just in case.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so they got so much going on there. They're pushing quite a few updates to get it into a certain placement that they want before they do the 4.0. It's been awesome. I've been doing new missions, getting myself lost, not knowing what the heck I'm supposed to do. I think I may have accidentally shot a guard who was in a way
Oops.
again. So I'm
like going to
wanted.
jail in that game, you know. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this time they have to catch me first because I'm somewhere in Hurston in a
I'm sure there's
borrowed
there's a joke
vehicle.
there. I'm sure there's a joke about being Irish and going to jail or something somewhere.
Probably, it's like a holiday
that's a
thing
good
for me.
point.
Yeah, free food. It's all good. But yeah, it's looking fantastic. I'm very excited, so I'll jump back into that as much as I can. So yeah, it's brilliant.
How much is it? How much is it, Matt? Like, how much real money are they wanting for this hangar thing?
The hammer comes with your pledge. So
How much is your pledge then?
I think my pledge, well, technically, my first pledge was £40. So usual game thing.
Oh, your initial one. I thought it was like another one. Right, got you.
No. So this is what you pay for. This is what you get as well. So
To get the game. Right.
yeah. So with that, I kind of So I think it was about £40. Yeah, for my one, and you get a certain hangar with that. You can different ships and different areas will have a different style hangar. So eventually in the games you'll see all the different styles are there.
Have they done something like what Elite used to do? And the larger your ship, you have to fly into a certain hangar, or if you come up to a planet, they may not have large hangars. You got to go somewhere else, or
So depending on where you go, your hangar will be your size of your ship. So if you've got a large caterpillar, you'll be given the size of a hangar of that caterpillar. So whatever ship you have, smaller than your largest ship, you'll still have that big, large hangar of yours.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Cool.
the next part was, with that, your hangar, if you go off to a different place, you can just go to your hangar, which will give you your hangar, but it won't have your instance that you have at home. So I've left my fish tank out, my little buggy out, but I went off to another area, decided that I'm dying of thirst and hunger, and so I had to call in my ship from where I was.
to
When
eat the
it
fish in the
did
fish
come-
tank?
No, because my fish tank wasn't there, because it was a different instance, because it's a different area. It brought
Okay.
a hangar that is yours, but you can bring your a ship that you haven't brought into there, which is brilliant. It's so stable now so far. When there's an issue with the server, it will just go on to a new server. It'll give you a little pause, but then continue once that's done and move you across to another server, which hasn't had any issues at all. I think I already fell through one lift floor at a new place that I went to, mainly because I just went into a lift that didn't work.
Actually,
it was too late for
now
me.
that you kind of mentioned that, have you noticed that the glitches have been less frequent as it used to be?
Yeah, very much so. Everything's been working so well for me so far. They have changed, I think, the economy quite a bit. So you have to be careful with that, especially with cargo running, mining. They are kind of like limiting certain areas. So they're bringing in proper economy systems. So it kind of has an impact. And they're still updating that as well. Cargo, I think they're still updating more to go with that. And introducing engineering as well in the next patch update that they're looking forward to. So am I.
Cool.
It's brilliant.
But before you go on to the other one, we had a question from Trub. He said, Microsoft 2024 Aviators Edition, $199. What is the most you would pay for the game you are committed to? I ain't paying $199.
And that's pounds, so that's something like $250, $70 or something. So it's a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever paid. No, I have never paid for any super duper deluxe edition or whatever they are that goes up to $80, $90, $100. Forget it. I mean, yes, there's some things in there that are enticing, but not enough to pay that kind of money. And generally speaking, if you wait long enough, like a few months or whatever, they end up giving you the stuff anyway after a while. It's just the people that can't wait or have a lot more disposable income maybe than some of us do.
I done it once, and that was for the God of War Ragnarok PlayStation Edition where I got the big hammer.
Oh yeah, that
And
was cool. That hammer was very cool.
I done that because, like, for reasons I discussed before. I love everything about it, but I sold it, and I sold it because I bought it because it was cool. I wasn't always going to keep it. I was going to, check it out for a while, play the game, of course, keep the other bits and bobs, and then see how I got on. And then, like some things in life, if I know without necessarily looking that I'll get a good return on it, like, then I will potentially, and that's what I done then. And I got like 50% back or something like that on top of what I had. So, because they were limited edition.
Right.
I've done that with a couple of things, Gray. I've got a Inter Milan, which is our football, like an Italian football team. They brought out those Star Trek football shirts, if you remember.
Oh yeah,
one said Paramount
yeah.
for a sponsor, one said Star Trek. I've still got it wrapped up, and I haven't wore it yet. Maybe one day I'll sell it for profits.
Wait a minute now. If it says Paramount on it, you do want to save it because Paramount may be going under pretty soon.
No, it says Star Trek, and I didn't want Paramount on it. No way, that would be worth nothing, man. Star Trek will be worth a lot of money forever.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely.
So what did I pay for that special edition? I think it was expensive, boys. I want to say it was something like £200. Again, like what Rob said there. But I mean, I made my money back. So, and it came it came in a big. If you remember Ragnarok, right? They had the cabinet, like these big doors that opened. It was part of Norse mythology with all the little murals on it.
Right.
And it had the hammer in it, and it had little characters and stuff in it. It was very, very cool. I was always going to get it, and I'm glad I did. But it's gone.
Dead Sky was asking or mentioning something about Star Citizen. You can see it on the screen. It says if you could take Star Citizen as one of the games that push it to the extreme for the amount of money some of the bigger ships cost. I guess Star Citizen is a unique example, and we've talked about this before. I don't blame anybody for spending as much money as they want. I mean, I'm hoping they have the money. I hate to see some people that are poor trying to buy it. But the point is, if you're that stuck on it and you're okay with the money and you want to buy a ship and spend a bunch of money, hey, power to you.
But the thing is, once you got that first pledge, you don't have to buy any more ships.
Right, exactly.
You can do it in game. You can work it. You don't have to.
Can you earn anything in game, Matt? Can you get any ship if you grind in game?
Yeah.
Right.
You're not limited.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We always used to slag it, but one thing I'll say about Matt is he's balanced at least. I remember before, back in the day, Nick would always say this game was brilliant and you couldn't say anything bad against it, right? But at least, we'd come in and take the piss, wouldn't we? Like, yeah, it's never going to come out of alpha, pathetic, boo. But then at least Matt, he loves the game.
It's a great game. Don't listen to these guys. They're holding a gun to my head. Help!
now you're forcefully trying to be an arse. Where you weren't an arse before, you were a balanced arse. Now you're just an arse.
Yeah, I mean, it does have its problems. And yeah, a lot of people do say, it's a money grinding whale system, which kind of is, but it's paying for all the updates that are happening. I mean, this thing, and I think a lot of people that have invested on it is an investment. They would not it's not going to stop developing. It's just going to keep on going for the Star Citizen bit. The Squadron 42, that's pretty much coming close to its finale and being released per chapter. I think they're still looking at as well. But yeah, so as you see down there, it is quite a good price for a pledge. It's the same as a AAA game, I guess. Well, actually cheaper maybe now. Yeah. Sort of thing. So yeah, Matt, some people, go on.
It's a game I could get into at some point because it is my cup of tea. It's just, and I'm genuine when I say this, there's so many games to play that's one that I may never have time for, but because you do have to invest a good bit of time in it to get your money's worth to really enjoy it. And I might do it at some point, mate. But did they ever do sales and discounts with the games cheaper, or is it just
they do free weeks? Once they've updated things. I don't know. They don't. Yeah.
Not even 10% off.
They do sales. Yeah, at certain placements, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, if you check up on Robert's Space Industries website, you'll see there.
But the free flies are pretty good though, Matt.
The free flies are good because
you get to play almost any ship you want.
You do.
Do you like that? Do you boys like the free weekends that you get in many games? I never like them. I very rarely ever play games like that, with the exception of
Why don't you like
it? I don't know why. That's a good question. I don't know. I think it's because it's like a demo these days. It's the modern version of a demo that used to get in a disc or you could download. Mm-hmm. But for me, I usually know when I'm going to buy a game, especially if it's Steam, you can refund it or you get it free included with your Xbox membership, Game Pass. Mm-hmm. So. Do you boys like the free weekends that you get in various games?
Some games probably won't act as well as you think they would once you've done the free week. I mean, sometimes in Star Citizen, when we have a free week, everything goes wrong. You can't get in. There's waiting problems.
People are trying to
crashes. The whole system kind of comes to a freeze now and then.
What I like more, guys, and we're starting to see it a little bit now on Steam. Is nobody seems to do demos anymore. Now all of a sudden I'm seeing a demo here and there pop up on Steam.
Yeah, demos are coming back. I've tried a few.
That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, you get to play like one level or something and that's it. And that's enough to give you a taste of the game to whether you really like it or not.
Yeah. Some companies do a demo, but they call it a prologue. Not a demo or anything, so you have to watch out for that. Terminology. Ooh. But as you say there, Dead Sky, it just can take up to 10 minutes depending on where you are, but having your own hangar kind of makes it a little bit quicker, sort of thing. I mean, you still have to wait for if your ship is destroyed and you have to reclaim it.
I just want to know how good the maps are because, I need maps. When
we got maps now. We got maps of facilities, maps of the ship and turtle bit. The only thing is they haven't got planet-side maps. Like for the whole planet. So yeah, because I'm totally in the sticks in Hurston with a vehicle that I may have borrowed from this dead security guy.
May have borrowed.
Sorry. But so I was like, how long am I going to get to this place where I can borrow a ship to get to the naughty land of
the naughty land
of Hex? Yeah, where all the pirates have their parties.
The pirates have the parties?
Yeah, that's what I'm calling it. So, So, I went onto the map to try and find where I am. I forget where I am, so then I don't know where to go.
You found yourself.
I found myself. But I'm in between places, and I'm like, well, how do I get to this place? Because it don't have...
Wait. You found yourself. You're in between places. Are you sure
I'm in between. I'm in between places.
He's Irish and he's drunk.
I'm in purgatory.
Good on, man.
You're part of the multiverse, dude. I think you're just a...
That's it. So yeah, but you can't make a waypoint or anything still, which is a shame. But if you know where you're going and you got your compass heading, then you can use that.
Or your head in
Is that your compass? Is that your?
Yeah.
I thought you were. That was. Is that not? Is that not a Catholic?
Get your knickers off and piss off. Yeah.
Padre and whatever they say. That's it. That's it. Italian stallion knows.
Yeah.
By the way, Gray called up the comment before. I was wanting people to tell us in chat who has the best tag under their names, right? Now I can't see the tags because Gray brought that up. But I mean, you meant well, Gray. So I'm the Haggis Master, Gray's the Italian Stallion, and Matt is leader of the Klingon Empire, aka GOWR. No, not GOWR.
No.
What's his name? Kalis.
Yes.
Oh, well, Kalis was the one that
Started
original.
He was the original, wasn't he?
Vote now. I think it's Gray. I think he's trumped me, man. Italian Stallion. He wishes, man. I bet you when he was younger he was.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
You're
I
going
raised
to
a
say
couple horses in my time, yeah.
Good nothing, man. I'm out. Anyway,
I was going to stick with biggest stickers.
Matt's got a lot more to cover, man. Go ahead, man. You want to go into the next thing?
Yeah. Next thing. So after playing those ones, I was like, oh, what else is there? So I went on to Epic, and they got a couple of games out for free. Again, one's called The Last Stand Aftermath, which is a point camera down, third person zombie. You're affected by a zombie virus and you go around roguelike shooter of an apocalypse world. And you have to go there and survive and make your colony better.
It, Matt.
Have you?
Yes.
So did I. Yeah. And I clicked on play.
Together.
We can. Yeah. But
maybe I'll download it then. I didn't know you could.
Yeah. So my gripe with games, that's a big turn off. You know, it's like going to a chipper and getting curry sauce and it ends up being this lumpy white yellow crap. That ain't curry sauce. What the hell are you on about? Get out of here. Yeah. What? Lumpy yellowy whitey stuff.
Matt, that game looks like a free game that you would download on a mobile phone and like in-app purchases. That's what it looks like. I'm not slagging it. Might be good. Well,
I was going to do that. So thank you for doing that for me. It's There's quite a few mobile phone games.
Play on PC, if it,
Yeah, they're actually releasing it to PC. These mobile games, which is a bit new. But hey, each to their own. What do I say? But yeah, with this one, I clicked start to test it out. As you do, and then it says sign in to your account, and I'm like, nah. With games, you either put me in the game, let me play it. Don't be asking me for my login details again. I'm not into that. Get out of there.
I might get rid of it then, Matt. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, so I'm sure it's just a click, and but you can put your Epic thing there.
You see that in the comment? You want to put it up there again for you, Matt? Did you see it?
That's how you make curry sauce.
Do you want to explain to our audio listeners what that is, Grace, and you're the host?
Yes, this guy put in a comment. We were talking about the Matt being the leader of the Klingon Empire. He goes, all I can think of is that Matt has been done by all the Klingons.
There's a reason why I'm sitting down.
That's right.
Klingons are...
We're one of my RCs.
Klingons can be known as something else. I'll just say one word and I'll leave it to the rest of your imagination. Dangleberries. Dangleberries. Klingon. There you go.
Right. They do.
Get cream from your chemist, people.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. A lot of cream. Anyways.
Payday 3?
Yeah, Payday 3 is exactly the same thing. I tried it again. I was like, let me try this again. Maybe it's just a click and go. And no, they want you to create an account on Payday 3's thing. And no.
That game didn't do good when it came out either.
No, and I can see why. Nobody gets past that bit. They're like, nah, it can't be asked.
Wait, sorry. They want you to create an account.
Yes.
Is that like the Epic game as well? So you pay for Payday 3 and then you need to go and create an account with them as well?
Yeah, really? So Payday 3 is on the Xbox Pass, but you still have to create an account to play the darn game with Payday 3 publishers.
It's like Helldivers with Sony all over again on PC.
And you can't get around it. There's no skipping it. Like, there was another game that you could do that with. But this one, nah. And at that time, I was just like, oh my God, I can't be arsed with all this shenanigans.
Wow.
Yeah. So there you go.
Wow. Okay.
So that's enough of that game stuff. Now, I'm into my hardware stuff because Trent does hardware. I want to do hardware. I'm copying him.
Go ahead and be hard. There. Tell us.
Yeah. So Vive have the new thing called the Vive Focus Vision, which is only £999. Trev's going to buy me one. Thank you.
Only.
And so this thing is a dual plug-in play or not plug-in play. It's up to you. You don't have to do that, so you don't have to. It's a standalone as well as a plug-in. That's what I want to say.
Looks
and it does look very spooky. Oh, hello. So it has built in the face, body, and hand tracking at a 5K resolution divided by your two eyes. So remember that. And up to a field of view of 120 degrees, which is quite nice. With a 90 hertz refresh rate. It's got built-in fan cooling. Oh dear. And a 12 gigabyte RAM. Yeah, there you go. And as we were saying about storage before, the internals are 128 gigabytes, which is lower than the Switch. But you can expand that to 2 terabytes on a micro SD on there, which is they're quite cheap right now. So, I've got one. Good.
I knew nothing about this, Matt. This is brilliant.
It's brilliant. So they're doing a sale with 7 games, and it comes with the stream cables as well. And it's beautiful. So it does the whole facial scanning expression thing as well. On these things, you can do mixed reality as well. It's so versatile. So it's got me interested. I mean, a bit pricey, but, Vive are quite classy, aren't they? So I'm just
Can we talk about the price really quickly? Because VR headsets are going up and up in price. You had the PlayStation VR 2 coming in at like £540. You had the Meta Quest 3 that was a lot more expensive than the 2. It's something like 450 quid, and Gray may be talking about that shortly because he's ordered one.
Actually, just to
has it come?
I was supposed to get it on the 17th, and then they said, "Oh, it's delayed to the 21st." I'm like, ugh.
They tripped over and hurt their knee, didn't they?
Yeah. So it literally took them a week to get to Gray. It's like they're literally walking from one side of the country to the other with this package. Like the
maybe
postman.
next week I can talk about it, or the week after.
Yeah, that would be good. But the prices of VR headsets are going up, guys. And I look at this one here, and I'm like, yes, it'll be better probably quality than the Quest 3, but not by a long shot. Not to be more than double the price, Matt. I don't know if I'm keen. I think the Quest 3 is probably the best overall one.
I think that graphically it might be better, including that it actually comes with a battery pack that's hot swappable as well. And it comes with the cables where your Quest, you'd have to buy all of that separately. It's got new cushioning as well. The cameras are pretty nice. They're been upgraded. The fabric's been upgraded. I think it's a bit lighter as well. In that, for a few extra 100, I don't know. It'd be nice to do a versus battle with them. If you guys buy me one, I can test that, and you can test the Quest 3.
Well, we would if we paid you, but we make Matt do this for free. We've got the whip out. He's got to be on here. He's no choice. He would rather be off chilling, playing games, having a few drinks, but no, he's on tonight. No choice in it. I would be. I'm going to hold my judgment for now, man, until I know more about it. But if they can approve on the Quest 3, like it is portable, isn't it? So
it is. Both of them are portable.
Yeah, so you could keep it portable if you wanted to, as long as it has battery life that's more than like 2 hours. It's comfortable without buying an Elite strap, and then you have an option of plugging it into the PC like you do with the Quest for a boost to play all the PC games.
It all comes with it, including cushioning. It is lighter. Yeah. It does have the expandable battery pack included, so you can just go boop, boop. You don't have to have it plugged into a PC, but you can do if you want. It is a standalone thing. So it's kind of like the Quest. Kind of. Comes with all that stuff.
All this comes with it?
Yeah, in the sales of the 999 one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I, if I can find it on the Never Never, I might get one just to have a go. But if it is compatible with Quest 3 games, I think that'd be brilliant. That might be a good step. Because I know some of them.
It won't be. It won't be, man. I'm pretty confident in saying it won't be.
It's got
Quest
some
3.
games that are the same that the Quest 3 have. With the meta games, I should say. So it'll be interesting. Yeah.
Actually, you just said something interesting. So, do all the VR headsets? Because I don't know as much about it until I get mine. Do they all have their own particular games that are just for the headset, or what?
Only 90 hertz. What, really?
Yeah.
I'm sure you can get 120 on the Quest 3. Nah.
Can you?
Yes. I'm pretty confident you can, mate. Not every game. It's like an option you can turn up, I'm pretty sure. Or it's the PlayStation one, you can get 120.
But are any of them any good, though?
Yeah. I think it's PlayStation.
Are the games, are the games made for, let's say, MetaQuest, to pick one?
Some are. Yeah. Like you got like Steam's Batman. VR ones. Yeah. Like even before, like I've got the original Rift thing here, which had different games to the Quest 2. Like, some weren't compatible with each other, so I couldn't play certain games, so I had to get my son one.
Well, let's because I'm interested in this, but let's go back to the compatibility thing. So does that mean that some games can't be played on the other format, or is it universal?
If it's exclusive, like Batman, the new Batman game the Batman VR game is only on Quest 3.
I think those are the only limitations.
This uses the exact same chip as the Quest 3, the Snapdragon X2.
It does, Snapdragon 3. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So there'll be similar performances. And that's the thing, right? This is why I'm going to hold off judgment, because in theory it's got the same power, but it's more than twice the price. So you've got to then ask yourself, the bells and whistles that this has got added on, is that worth more than twice the price? And in paper, I'm saying no. But again, until someone gets it and tests it, we won't know for sure. I'm more curious about Valve's new VR one that they're supposed to be working on, because their last one, the Index, was the leader, and it was game changing. It's the one that's got the light boxes that you turn your room into a state. It was in mobile. It had the cable running to the PC, and you had the light boxes. I'll want to see what they'll do with the next one, because that was one. And the thing is, if you remember, Matt, that was released at the same time as Half-Life Alyx. Yeah, and it included a free copy of Half-Life Alyx. It was something like £919, but that had the light boxes, the game, the controllers, and it was about $1,000. So that's why I think this is an expensive one. But I'll reserve judgment.
No, it does if you can read your full body without all that stuff, I think that's pretty good. Facial expressions, even wearing this thing on you, it'll see you where you're like it's got eye tracking built in as well. So yeah, it'd be interesting. I think. Yeah,
the eye tracking is on the PlayStation VR headset 2 VR 2. That I don't think it's on many VR headsets actually. So that's a real interesting thing, because it's cool. And when they brought the PlayStation VR 2 add-on or a little adapter for the PC, so you could use it in PC. Yeah, a lot of the features don't work, including the eye tracking. And the reason eye tracking is really cool is
you don't need
if you're
those
looking
things
directly forwards, they'll emphasize the graphics and the fidelity in front of you, but just off to the side where the screen is, they'll blur the background and the screen ever so slightly, so that there's less processing power. It's kind of cool how it works, actually.
It is quite fun. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so.
Well, I'm looking forward to this on my Quest 3. That's all I know. Definitely want to try it.
Absolutely. I think it's worth it. We got to have a versus match. There you go. We all get one VR thing. And
I'm just happy I got such a great price, which is probably why they're shipping it slow to me. They're selling it for more money, and I get the last one because I'm the cheapest one.
You got it so cheap, Gray. You got it. What was it, like $300 when it's normally like like $550 or something?
Yeah,
and I checked Amazon in the
ridiculous.
UK, and it was the full price. I was like, why are you just giving the Americans, the deal was like,
Hey,
come
I
on, share the
didn't think I
love.
was going to get that good a deal. I just clicked on it and went, oh, geez, okay.
Yeah, I should have got my brother to buy one for me and then send it over.
We should have get Gray to buy them for us and send them over. What are you saying,
Why
man?
haven't you done this already? Why do we have to ask?
I'm sending my 2 Tommy Star Trek 350th scale ships to Gray next year, and he's going to be a legend and obviously probably steal them and sell them on eBay. But he's going to have a look at them and then send them on to me
before I send it to him.
because I'll save some money not using a forwarding company.
I'm renting it from him just for a little bit.
That's the thing about the VRs as well. With the Quest, you need to have a Facebook account. Which, that sucks.
Yes, you do, mate. I
Don't
know.
have that
And
with the Vive.
some people are against that. I know. I know.
It is annoying. And even now, I'm actually getting messages from Meta saying you need to update your thing, or we'll disable your account. Kind of messages.
What? Sounds like brutal.
Got to sign back in and do something on the 21st, or they'll disable my account. And I'm just like, nah, get out of here.
Bye.
Yeah, forget about it. I don't care.
Yeah. One thing that
you just have to refund me everything that I spent on you.
If you saw what I brought up there, Dead Sky says that you have to have a Facebook account. He said his son has a Quest 2 and 3. So, Dead Sky, why would you need both?
I did the same. I've got Quest 2 here. I bought him a Quest 3 as well.
Why don't you just sell the 2?
Because I needed one here for him as well.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
I test it out.
Yeah.
On
I was thinking of
Ghostbusters
this,
games.
Yeah. All right, well, I think what we're going to do is move on to some more game news, but this is coming from Trev this time. She's got a few things to tell us.
Trev.
Yeah, I'd like to...
It's not about Bungie, is it?
Well, it is, yeah. It's the news that Gray was trying to steal, and he pretends that he wasn't stealing it and he knew nothing about it.
My fault for not reading ahead, but I didn't realize it. But go ahead.
Nah,
he's just copying you, Gray. That's what it is.
That's
just
it, yeah.
pulling the old leg, man. No, so this is game. I split it up. I split the hardware and the gaming news up separately because they are separate. So yeah, Bungie and Sony, because remember Sony kind of own Bungie, are considering a $40, which we all know will be £40, and that's not how the exchange rate works. But screw everyone else, I guess. $40 price tag for their new game Marathon. Now, Marathon's an IP they've had for a long time. And done nothing with for the longest time, and it looks like some kind of futuristic shooter, which will probably put me off right away. I'm not a fan of futuristic shooters. I don't know what it is. There is no actual release time for this game. It was supposed to be this year, but that'll be at least pushed back to next year. I reckon you won't see it till 2026 because they won't bring it out the end of 2025 because, as I'll touch on in a moment, that's the heavily rumoured release date of GTA 6, which probably will make the end of next year. But they're targeting $40 for a shooter. I wonder why it's so cheap. I think that's probably because of recent shenanigans. Yeah, because normally it's $70 for a or $80. Is it $80? Yeah, £70 for a full release.
Is this like a full grade type, like Call of Duty or Battlefield or?
We don't know. We've only seen a really short trailer on it, man. I think they probably just saw what happened with Concord and went, we're not having that happening again. Because that would be twice that happens with Sony. And they can't afford that. So I think
have they just retitled it?
No, this was labelled way before that, mate, to be fair. Yeah.
Well, I hope Marathon's a good game because I really want to see what happens with that $40 price tag. I'm curious.
It's so cheap. I mean, listen, see if games are like shorter, like you don't always have to make a game that's 40, 50 hours. I'm thinking of The Last of Us Part 2. As much as I love those games, The Last of Us Part 2 is a long game. And it was a bit too long, actually. And then Astro, the new Astro bot that came out, which I will get with the PlayStation because that looks fantastic. It's like $40, $50, but it's like 15 hours or so to complete it. As long as that's a good quality 15 hours, I don't object against that, and it's got replayability.
Right.
So this might work, man. This might actually work, $40 if they're not. And what they might do then, I don't know if they'll treat it as live service game because Sony are going to bring out a lot of live service games, and they actually brought that quota down. This could be a live service game where you pay for the base game and then they'll add in a battle pass, season pass, whatnot, and see how they go. So could be interesting. Anyway, so I reckon we see that in 2026 it will be out on PlayStation 5 and PC. And they have more time to work on it now that Destiny 3 is not going to be a thing. Boo. And
wait a minute, I thought you said it was going to be a thing, and now it's not a thing.
No, Destiny 3 is not going to be a thing. No, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
No. That get pulled. If it was never officially revealed, but because of the sackings, no, it's not going to. And I'm gutted about that because I'm really enjoying Destiny 2 at the moment. Like, I wasn't going to talk about it, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm having fun.
Yes. Drag them away.
That's it. Kicking and screaming. Yeah. So, moving on, ladies and gents. The other bit of news that Matt was trolling me over, Battlefield. That is that we haven't heard anything much about Battlefield recently because the last game, 2042, was god awful.
Yeah.
It never even came out with a leaderboard, so you don't know how many kills you got. It was the jankiest release I've ever seen of a Battlefield in my life. What a mess.
It is a mess. I remember playing that.
So bad, wasn't it, Matt? We got some kind of details on it. It's a modern setting, good, because I, again, don't like futuristic shooters. I like modern, or I love World War II shooters, but they've done that to death.
Yeah.
Modern setting. They are getting rid, I'm not happy with this, they're getting rid of the 128 player mode, which I loved. I'm so sad they're getting rid of that. They said it was unpopular, so they're going back to the traditional 64. Well, exactly, Matt. You and I like it. COD, it was that popular. COD started stealing the 64 player version. Ground map or ground war. They had many different modes. Battlefield was a better game than Call of Duty. Yes, it was this guy. Yeah. But I'll also be fair and say you can't compare them apples for apples because COD was always about the fast arcadey type shooter. Mm-hmm. Battlefield was your serious FPS game, more thought out, longer maps. And then they started copying from each other. They copied each other's modes and they became a lot similar. So they're both great games. I don't want to compare them though. So yeah, they'll go back to their 64 player, which is still a lot per team. Apparently, well, it'll be out next year some point. Apparently, despite it coming out next year at some point, the people at EA have been playing it internally for a year, which means they've had a version of the game ready for that length of time, which I am hugely impressed with. Means that a game will come out polished and ready. I'm thinking of Nintendo's Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It was pushed back for 6 months to 1 year for polishing. I don't object to that if the game comes out flawless.
Yeah.
And I think they know they have to play and test this game for a while after the disaster of the last game, man. So,
it's a big if. It's a big if for them.
It is a mad, and they can't fail with this one, Matt and Gray, after the last one, so they have to get it right. Mm-hmm. It will, of course, I assume, be part of the EA's included membership, whatever that's EA Play.
EA Play, which you can also get on your Xbox Ultimate Pass. You can also get EA Play. Yeah,
but I guarantee this game won't be part of it.
It'll be part of the Plus. Yeah, the Plus.
Yeah,
EA
you have
Plus
to pay a few extra pounds. Yeah, exactly. So, really looking forward to that. No, what did they say? No games come out ready now. Yeah, well, the odd game, Tears of the Kingdom, put back because they wanted it polished. You're right for the most part, Dead Sky, definitely, mate. So, I find that interesting. Moving on.
It is true.
Wait a minute, Trev. Remember when you said the odd game? Oh, yeah. That's the problem. It never used to be like that. It was the odd game was the one that didn't come out right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Now it's the odd game that comes out right. It's like,
very odd. Yeah, the tables have turned.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a problem. Yeah. And I don't know why. I know it's their own fault because games take so long to make. But don't make them of that. Don't scale them up as high as you do. Then, if that's the problem, look at the marathon's going to maybe be $40. Astro Bot was probably about $50, I think. The smaller games don't take as long to make. They're still fun and enjoyable. Guys, you don't need to be doing this. Another thing to quickly add on at the Battlefield side of things is, did this all start with Cyberpunk? Oh, God, don't
Pre-Cyberpunk. I think it's just on the verge.
He's got a good point because I think in a lesser degree it did. I mean, if you think about it.
They brought that out, and when it came out, I remember seeing the Xbox version of it, the original, no, the Xbox One version of it. Oh my god, it was like 160p graphics at one point. Like it was so. No, I'm not exaggerating. They were so low the assets. Just don't release it in those consoles. The other thing is, sorry to add on the Battlefield thing. Talking about them testing it internally, they are planning a major testing program for us, the peoples, in early 2025. So that'll be like open betas, things like that. We'll get involved in that. We'll let you know how it goes. Might even sign up for a cheeky pass to play it early for you people. The last thing I have in my docket, which is hilarious. We discussed this.
I heard this, yep.
We discussed this in January when it came out, and this is when we had like Ross and Nick and stuff on the show, and Ross was a massive fan of this game, and that was Palworld. And we were saying at the time, this is a blatant rip-off of Pokemon, and Ross was like, no, it's not. And we're like, yeah, it literally is. Everything about it, the mechanics, the genre, the actual Pokemon itself. It's only taken them 9 months, but Nintendo are going to sue the pantyhose right off of Palworld developer Pocket Pair.
They weren't actually going to do that. They released.
They didn't say that.
Yeah,
they didn't say that.
They said they weren't going to.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they said they weren't going to. They weren't looking at.
Right. He's right.
Yeah, they weren't looking at suing for Palworld.
They weren't looking at it, but doesn't mean they weren't going to do it.
No, they changed their mind. They announced that they weren't going to bother, and that was the end of that. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they're going to do it. My guess is that the entire time they had their lawyers working on it, say, as soon as you find a loophole, let me know.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the loophole is, but they found something, so they're going to do it. So
this lawsuit, which was filed in the Tokyo District Court because Nintendo and what they called Pocket Pair are both Japanese companies. It was filed at the Tokyo District Court, seeks an injunction against infringement and compensation for damages on the grounds that Palworld, a game developed and released by Defiant, infringes multiple patent rights. Patent? I'm going to say patent because patent would be P-A-Y.
Patent, yeah.
Patent rights. Nintendo will continue to take necessary actions against infringements of its intellectual property rights, including the Nintendo brand itself, to protect its intellectual properties that it has worked hard to establish over the years, it said in a statement. Basically, I reckon they'll win or they'll settle at a court because Nintendo, when they're ready to take it to court, like Grace says, they've been working on it for months and not saying anything. They only take it to court if they have a good chance of winning. So they're going to sue the pantyhose off you. You better settle out of court. But Pocket Pair are saying they're going to fight it. They want to stick up for the indie developers. Now, listen, I'm all for sticking up for the indie developers, but Pocket Pair, you're taking the piss. You blatantly ripped them off. I mean, listen, having the same genre idea of Pokemon is fine. Like, otherwise, FPS games would be suing each other left, right, and centre. But when you actually then start copying the actual assets in the game, you don't stand a chance. And Nintendo are big and bad, and I don't like the fact that they go after little companies a lot of the time. But you asked that you brought this upon yourself. You better get your little Pokemon rip-offs in there that actually have guns and can shoot and defend themselves to defend you right now, because Nintendo are coming with their big suing hammer and they're going to smash you up, I'm afraid. Sorry. Boys, what's your thoughts?
I think what's going to happen with the people of Palworld is that they made a lot of money selling their game. So I think they're going to defend it to a point. But I'm sure that they're sitting there going like, okay, this is the level. If the money cost passes this level of attorneys that we hire, then we give up. Because it'd be stupid to sit there and put all their money at risk. They might also have a portion of it that they can risk. And then if they have to say goodbye, they say goodbye and take their money.
Yeah, here's the thing, Gray, right? A lot of companies settle out of court, which sometimes means giving Nintendo money or just, say, pulling the product. So I don't know if they'll do this. You're right, they have money now because Microsoft gave them a big fat check and then they're bringing out their game in other platforms now.
Right.
So for an indie developer, they're minted. But you're right, they can only afford to do this to an extent. Nintendo and the Pokemon company are worth an absolute fortune. They could sue them 10 times over and still have plenty of change in the bank. So I don't know what will happen. I reckon they'll settle out of court, because this would be long, protracted. It would take a lot of money. And what's the alternative? Like, they go through all that, lose all that money, and then they have to pull their game?
Yeah.
Or sell the rights to their game, give them a bigger share.
Is it an online game? Like, can you play it offline? Because I wonder, like, I think it's an online game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even download the local version to play. Otherwise, I'd do that.
Unless you've heard of this happening before, I don't think Nintendo really cares about making money on a percentage basis from somebody else. So I kind of think that that's not going to happen. The only other thing I could think of is that either Nintendo will make certain restrictions upon them, like go and make your character look less like Bulbasaur, or one of the Pokemons, or whatever. Or the Palworld sells himself to somebody like Microsoft who could actually defend easily against Nintendo. But I don't know if that'll happen. This is going to be very interesting as going forward. What's going to happen?
That's impressive, Greg. You knew a Pokemon's name. You're like probably the coolest granddad out there, man. Like, actually knew a Pokemon's name that wasn't Pikachu.
My son has been into Pokemon for something like 25 years, so I know.
Is he still into Pokemon?
I don't know a lot, but I know little things.
Is he still into Pokemon?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's got all the video games.
I'm calling the local sheriff. That's just wrong.
Yeah.
Grown man. That's
Yesterday,
terrible.
I was messing with a second phone that he had, and I was trying to battle this Pokemon in some gym or something, and he's just telling me, just tap on the screen 1 million times. So I'm going like this. And then he says, and then the attack thing appears at the bottom. When it does, just tap on it. I go, okay. And I tap on it, and I beat the other one somehow. I don't know.
Rumor has it that Gray's got great tapping potential, man.
He likes
the tapping master.
I got pokey potential.
Pokey potential. Anywho, so I found that hilarious. Let's see what happens with that one. I'll follow that. Big Bad Nintendo are usually big bad, but this time they've got every right when Pocket Pair are literally taking a piss. So.
Yeah. I hear something about GTA 6 still confirmed.
Oh yeah, sorry, apologies. Yeah,
good thing I see these things.
He's still in shock.
We are still in shock. I briefly touched upon it, and it's just I was concerned. People were saying it might fall to 2026, right? Mm-hmm. But I think it is still on schedule to come out in the autumn of 2025, and not the winter. I'm kind of glad, because I don't know if I'll buy it yet for two reasons. One, it might still be 30 FPS, even the PS5 Pro, because the PS5 Pro's CPU has been upgraded, and you need the CPU power for more frames. So I don't know if I could play 30. I'll need to reserve judgment. Maybe they have a performance mode. We'll see. I won't double dip. So if I get it on PlayStation, I will not get it on PC. And then it'll be 2-3 years after it comes out on PC anyway. So we'll see.
Yeah,
and the second reason is
that makes me mad.
I haven't completed GTA 5, so I've got a year, boys. So I better go
wait
on
till
that.
This one comes out, and you have a good reason not to finish it.
Yeah, there you go. Save yourself.
I mean, listen, I love the hype of the new game. It'll be great. And I would love to see a GTA actually come out set in the UK. And yes, it'd probably be London, but come on. Like, one of the main companies behind, it's Take-Two that own Rockstar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One of the main studios of Rockstar that actually make this game are Rockstar North, who are actually based in my city of Edinburgh in Scotland, right? Mm-hmm. And, okay, GTA Edinburgh probably wouldn't work. GTA Glasgow might, if you know the west of Scotland. It's, they're kind of, I'm not going to say any more than that, because I don't want to offend people from the west of Scotland. But realistically, it's not going to happen. So I would settle for GTA London. But it's always the Americans that get all the cool seria.
Bring back the GTA London.
Man. It's an Edinburgh studio that's mostly making this, or predominantly making this. Let's see something closer to home. Like, we got it with Fallout. We got Fallout London, which I haven't played yet. Matt has. Great idea. Love it. Just more stuff close to home. But I'm looking forward to it regardless, boys.
Maybe those same guys will come out with a mod and you can call it GTA London or something.
I don't know if you can do that for GTA games because
Yeah,
I've never seen it before.
Well, you
They
got
don't-
the
Rockstar
Five
don't allow
Guys. Maybe they'll make a mod.
Five
with a
Guys,
map.
what, the restaurant?
No, it's Fives. Is it called Fives? The GTA modders.
Yeah, I was going to say
Because
there's
the
mods for
RP
Five,
people
so-
and all that.
So
So
not an official mod, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
of course.
yeah.
It's we'll see. I probably will buy it, but we'll wait.
Was it in the
Reserve
90s they did one for the PlayStation 1? The GTA London? I think it was in the 90s.
Oh,
yeah.
actually, that rings a bell, man. Like, one of the really early games. All
Very
right,
early,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe it's time to rehash that thing out. Come on.
True.
Yeah.
So that's guy's saying a lot
Yeah.
there. He said games need to be doing something big, like a whole country, not a city. That's called
Absolutely.
that's called the civilization. Pick up the game.
Yeah.
I've loved this guy's comments. He's been very involved today. I appreciate all
I
these.
would love
these
to
points in
see a
his comments.
proper country style game. Open
Yeah,
thing.
there used to be,
Yeah.
remember years ago, Microsoft did Rise of Nations. Remember
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
remember
that game. That game was great.
I remember.
They were
I really
supposed to
enjoyed
do
that.
one. It was like GTA, but it was like in real world, where you could take jobs and everything, but that just kind of just fell into a black hole itself. I can't remember what.
Anyway,
that was.
so that's
Yeah.
me news side. That's me news side. We have Mod Corner up now, I believe.
Oh, mods.
But you're going back, man. Dead Sky says the only good GTA was the first one. What was that?
That was good.
Was that the 1800s or something when they came? I mean, that's a long time ago.
Running over the monks, getting the tank out, over top view. Good times.
Oh, the old GTAs were some of the best ones. Let's just put it this way. You could go up to the side of certain roads where certain female clientele were walking up and down with your car. They'd get in the car and all you'd see is the car shaking. I mean, you just don't get that anymore. You don't get that anymore. It's not fair.
Yeah.
Why can't I pay for certain services in a game?
Ooh, see, now you came up with something. It'll be like the base game will be like $50.
Don't
or
you get
something.
ideas, Gray?
And,
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
and then little DLC mods, you pay like $2 or $3, and they'll include those scenes just for you.
It
'cause
was,
you paid
yeah.
for it. Don't laugh, man. I can see
God.
with AI doing so much stuff now. I bet you'll see it in the coming years.
I might do a better job. I don't know. Oh, at this rate, anyways, who could say?
Oh, jeez.
Yes, Chance. Yeah. Was it the 60s? It was. Yeah.
Ah, yeah,
okay.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, GTA. What one was that, though, Jansen? Was that GTA 1 or 2, or was that like a separate standalone thing?
No, it was
Rings a bell.
a extension, wasn't it? Extension
That's a guess, and I
CD.
was
That
actually
was
right.
Yeah.
DLC. I
Yeah.
want GTA Glasgow, man. I don't know. Bring it out. Let's have it.
Well,
Anyway, right. Moving on.
Time for Mod Corner. Ta-da!
You need a jingle. If you're not got a jingle ready for it.
Yeah, I'll have to
Yeah.
I'll take a bell and go like this.
Matthew
and
was
then get
good.
the-
Hopefully, the
Anyway,
new
Mod
Mafia that
Corner
comes
today,
out will be the good.
I know we say this a lot about this game, but everybody loves this game, and that's Witcher 3. And apparently, they've come out now with a mod, which I think is pretty cool. They're bringing full-blown seasons to the continent in the game.
Ooh.
So, in other words, now we're going to have summer, fall, winter, spring, cloudy days, rainy, all that kind of stuff. Now, they said something about that it's not dynamic yet, so I guess you're going to have to do a couple little, set things up yourself to make it look like something. But they are working towards making it dynamic. I do have a video here. I'm not sure if this is going to play because I have never shared screen before, but I'll give it a shot. Do I just go share screen or share presentation? No, screen,
It's,
right?
Share
screen,
screen, wasn't it?
or Chrome tab or whatever, mate. Whatever
Yeah,
works.
screen,
Like, if you
and
get
then
anything
click on-
dodgy in your computer, don't share the screen.
Feel free. Do.
I'm trying
Come
to
on.
find it. Here we go. Let's see if this works. Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know if that worked the way I wanted it to. But
It's one way.
there, can you see it now? I'm playing
Yeah,
it without the. Yeah. Now, what happens if? I was just wondering now. What happens if I reduce the size? It all happens on screen, right?
So it's a bit janky. So what to do is go to the settings cog and take it down to like 720p to start with, and then make it full
Down?
screen. Yeah, down, mate. You have to. It's janky. That's the problem. It's
Yeah,
janky.
streaming
It's,
is
it's
yeah.
stuttering.
We
It's
tested this.
stutterings.
How's
Yeah.
that?
So take it as 720p and make it full screen.
Yes, I did full screen, and now it's.
No, you didn't. You made it theater
yeah,
mode.
that's theater.
Full screen,
There
right-hand
you
side.
go.
Hey.
Full screen. Yeah, so I started looking at this, and I was like, I was amazed. I was going like, wow, this is neat. It's like they're bringing, Witcher 3 up to as far as they can on modern graphics terms. But I remember when you back then you didn't really care, but most of the time when you ran around the continent in the game, most of the weather or things or plants look the same, but you didn't really think about it. But now looking at this, I mean, you're seeing fall colors, you're seeing fog, you're seeing rain, you're seeing snow. I mean, it's much better than it was. It looks beautiful. So this is one that would be a very good mod. So I think I'd like to throw it in the game and play it. Again, some of the best mods are coming out now since CD Projekt Red released the mod kit. And more developers ought to do that. If their game can be modded, wait a little while, I understand. But then give the mod kit out, I mean... they obviously like to do it, and it works, and so why not? So if you want to take a look at it, you go over to Nexus Mods. This is where they, that's one of the bigger ones, but there's others out there that do mods if you look, and you can pick it up there, and basically just try to load it in and take a look. Now you'll probably be better, doing it with Nexus Mods only because they have a mod, what do you call it? The mod manager, which makes it a lot easier to install stuff. So much better. It really is. So anyway, that's good for that mod. And that was really the only good thing about the mod for now. You guys have anything else you want to cover before we?
No, on mod manager, that's purely your baby.
Okay.
Still 11 mods, as long as it adds to the game. Make it a bit more realistic.
I'm vanilla and boring. That's me.
He is.
The light mods.
We're going to convince you one day. Yeah, but if you had a game that you really enjoyed, and you were able to just tweak stuff that makes it graphically look better.
Armor 4.
No,
I've done that.
My counter to that is I want it the way the developer intended. If the developer intended it to be the way it is with mods, they would have made it with mods. And I'm not trying to be facetious. I'm not. If the game is not good enough to play in vanilla, I probably don't want to play it. If it's missing all these problems, like what was it called, Starfield, when it first came out, I just didn't touch it until it was ready, and it was ready later on. So that's how I go round about the issue there. I'm not against people that try mods. Okay, I'm not against them. They're just not for me.
I mean, I didn't think I would like it until I started messing with this, but recently I've been messing with it more. Like I mentioned on a past show, Horizon Forbidden West looks a lot better with the mod I put in, and I was very surprised. Most times though, if I put a mod in, it's going to either have to be something that graphically looks much better or introduces something the game didn't have. I mean, putting in the seasons on Witcher is great. I just think it makes a pretty game look that much prettier. So those kind of things are good. I don't go for some of the odd mods that people put in where you can like they have some where you can only have one follower, so they go in there and mod it so you can have like 19 followers. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I know it sounds funny, but people do stuff like that. Nah, if it's gonna be something graphically, or if it's gonna be something that on the GUI and stuff that makes it a little bit easier, I'm all for it. If it's good. On Witcher, I put in a mod one time in the game. There, Geralt puts these lotions or whatever on his sword, so that it gives you more points or damage points when you're fighting a vampire or whatever. So each time he has to figure out what to coat his sword in, depending on the animal that he's or the demon he's fighting. Well, it was really a pain to put the stuff on before you got to fight because it took so long, and then by the time you got in the fight, or if he was fighting you, you're dead. So there was a mod that basically it knew what enemy you're fighting, and it puts the material on the sword for you, so you don't have to waste the time. And I thought it was nice. It was just a simple little mod, no big deal, but it cut the time down that I had to sit there and worry about this garbage, and so I could just start fighting. So little things like that were kind of cool. But in any case, anything else you guys want to cover before I go into the EGP quiz?
What I was trying to do quickly, and I think he's off getting his dinner or something else inappropriate. I thought last minute just to send the link to Jansen to come on for non-video because he doesn't have a camera anymore. Because a lot of what you see here like the graphics and all that stuff, and the intro and outro. Jansen helped us a lot with that. In fact, he was do not disturb, and now he's actually turned Discord off, so I think we scared him away. I was going to get him just to come on quickly and have a little chat about the work he'd done and kind of thank him, because he deserves a bit of credit for that. But he must be busy, so maybe we could try and get him on for like a short while next time. And the thing is, if we give someone the link, they can just jump in and it rearranges the screens in the right order so it doesn't look a mess. So maybe next week we'll get. I mean, Jansen's like Extreme Gaming stroke what was Extreme PC UK back in the day royalty. So one of the original guys. So we get him on to chat for a little bit next time. We'll try to.
I saw him running around with a crown one time. It was interesting.
That's that. Yeah. For people that don't know Jansen, he's got like a beard that's something out of bloody the Vikings, man. This thing's got its own postcode. Like down here. It's like it's huge, man.
He was one of the he was one of the original bearded ones.
He was.
He
wore that beard really well.
Doing it, like Yeah. Anyway, well, if you want to move on to the quiz, we can do that.
Let's do the thing. Let's do the thing.
All right. So we do this. We do the question. We'll read it twice, and then the guys are going to try to answer it. Anybody in chat that knows the answer, sure, just put it in there, and we'll read it out. All right. Question number 1. L.A. Noire is a 2017 release by which video game developer?
I love that game.
L.A. Noire is a 2017 release by which video game developer?
Can I say when, or we'll give them a minute?
No, go ahead.
No, I think we discussed these guys not that long ago at Rockstar.
Okay.
I don't know if it's Rockstar North, that particular studio, but Rockstar in general.
Rockstar, yeah.
Matt,
definitely Rockstar for you too? Definitely Rockstar, yeah. Okay. I love my LA Noire.
Of course it is. I said it first. Of course it is.
Yeah.
The answer is
whatever he said,
Rockstar.
Yeah.
I told you.
All right, we'll move on to the second question. In Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, Farah uses what kind of weapon? In Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, Farah uses what kind of weapon?
This is the 2D platformer game that came out not that long ago, I think, and I've got the demo and I've not played it yet, so I have no clue. I'm going to say Uzis.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
It would be funny,
Nunchucks.
Wait, there might be a mod. There might be a mod for that.
Oh God, your mod. You grey mods. Literally, you are a mod. I don't think you're real. You're an AI mod. You don't exist.
Yeah. What do you think, Matt?
It's a sword, and it's the roundy Turkish sword. I can't remember what you call it. Sickle?
No. Scimitar?
Scythe.
Scythe? Scythe is
something
on
like
stick,
that.
though.
That isn't it? No, scythe.
Scimitar, broadsword, whatever.
Yeah, it's no, it's not a broadsword. It's the roundy one.
Yeah, the scimitar.
Schmitter.
You might get it for sword, mate.
It's a scimitar.
All right, sword. Yeah.
Well, the answer is y'all are wrong. It's bow.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, he uses a bow. Farah, what kind of weapon? A bow.
The scimitar. Is that not the ship from Star Trek
is
Nemesis?
a blade.
It's the shape of that.
It's also Shinzon's big bad nasty ship.
It is. Yeah. Since when does Prince of Persia use it? Bow.
Farah. It names a character Farah, so maybe
Farah. Oh. Okay,
Farah, is that not the runner? Is that not the British runner, the really skinny guy that done like ultra marathon?
He uses a what you call that?
Trainers.
Yeah.
Sneakers.
Nike.
Even Dead Sky goes scimitar, sword, it's curved.
Yeah.
All right, last question.
They're wrong about that one. It's a bloody sword.
You got to show me the proof. Remember Farah. All right.
Doesn't matter.
The third
It's very
the third question. The word Tetris, remember that game, right?
Yeah.
The word Tetris is a combination of the Greek word tetra, meaning four, and what other sport that was a favorite of game creator Alexei Pajitnov? So again, the word Tetris is a combination of the Greek word tetra, meaning four, and what other sport that was a favorite of game creator Alexei Pajitnov?
Baked bean wrestling.
I like that one.
Very.
What?
No guesses?
I mean, what other sport?
It's a combination word that was taken from Tetra and what sport?
I'm going to say
Tennis.
Tiddlywinks. Tiddlywinks.
Dead Guy says I cheated. I know.
Oh, is it? Wait, put down there.
I'll put
Yes,
that.
yes.
Yes.
Yes, you're googling, aren't you, sir?
Are you
Yes.
sure? Don't. No, you guys can't Google. So what do you think it is?
I
Tennis.
did guess. I said Tiddlywinks.
All right, Tiddlywinks, Matt.
Tennis?
Ding, 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 ding. Matt is right.
Oh, what? Did you guess that?
So he
I
took
did.
Tetra and tennis that he played and went like Tetris.
Of
And that's
course,
how
yes,
yeah.
you jammy bar steward.
Yeah.
What, really? New balls, please. Is that the right sport?
Yeah, I could do with new balls.
I
Well
don't.
done, Matt. You're good at this, mate. I was going to say you should get out more, but you really shouldn't because you're doing well
Is this-
staying in a lot.
Yeah, it's all this uni stuff.
Yeah, I think you've been getting more of these questions. You're slightly ahead of Trev, I think, on these questions. Not by much. Not by much.
I'm shit, I know.
I'm gonna go out and get a
Bad,
scimitar
man.
after this show.
Yes.
Is it not a
scimitar.
scimitar?
I need to do a
Scimitar, whatever,
scimitar
something
afterwards.
like
Yeah, it's a scimitar.
Maybe it's a scimitar.
Scimitar. Yeah.
No, because that's where they got the ship from in Star Trek Nemesis, the movie. It was scimitar. It's named after the sword.
Yeah.
The ship. It didn't look like a sword.
Yeah,
Me
it's
too.
rounded, wasn't it?
It was like rounded and like
Yeah.
scary and.
Woo, backleft style. Woo. Yeah.
Anyway, that kind of wraps up the show, but we will be back, of course, next week.
If the intro doesn't break.
The intro's been fine. I don't have the outro made though, so it's gonna be just bye bye.
What? We can
I
do
didn't have
some.
time- I didn't have time to do it.
Wait.
Wait. As far as the live show goes right now, I didn't have time to make it. But
Yeah.
when I edit
Americans.
I will put it on, and it will appear on YouTube and whatnot, so you can see the ending.
I've got it ready.
Well, you want to try to do it? I mean,
Share
the
it.
problem is you have to
stick
stick
it
it
in.
screen.
Do
So
it.
I've only got the audio, the music.
Yeah, it won't look.
track.
It
I
won't
don't
look
actually have the
good.
screens. It's fine.
But I will. I'll get that done for the next time, so we'll all be good. But anyway,
you.
tune in to us again. Join our Discord if you want. Discord.gg/Extreme Gaming Podcast and talk to all us nutties, and we'll have a good time. So
Speak for
for
yourself.
everybody here,
Yeah, that's just him and
We're
all
all gonna
seven
try-
of him.
we're all going to try to say goodbye more or less at the same time. So see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you.